Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be showing you guys how to fill form I-131 application for travel documents. So the application for travel documents is used for people that want to resubmit apply for permit, like they want to reapply for permit, like those green card holders, the refugee people, those under the DACA that wants to reapply for a stay in the US, like your stay, the stay that you have, like they give you a year, 2 years, 5 years, and it's expiring, and you want to resubmit so you can get like extension to get more years or more months. That's what you use from I-131. So without wasting my time, I'll just take you guys through step by step on how to fill it up. So if you have your laptop, your desktop, just go onto your browser, you go to your Google. I just like using the Google for the sake of the Windows users. So you just type in USCIS. Just type in USCIS and you go to their home page. So when you get to their home page, you just click on the forms. So when you click on forms, you can if you want, you just click on all forms. So to make it more easy and simple, you just type in I-131 form, you just click on it. Or if you want to go through the forms and just select it, you can just do it, but just to make everything quick, so you just click on it, enter, and as you can see, there you go, it's the application for travel documents. So you just click on it, and the forms brings you to the page. So you can read everything before you start. So as you can see, this is not filed online. Yeah, you need to print it out. You need to print it out and fill it up, then you mail it to them. So as you can see, always make sure the expiration date is current. It's very important to make sure the expiration date is current, and so everything is okay. They don't usually update some forms you see that is way in the past, but some forms also they update it and you see it is ahead. So every forms and their expiration date, so you just have to go to their site and look if everything is updated. So the edition is okay. So where to file, so it gives you the places where to file. So we recommend reading our logbox filing tips. So when you click on it, it just take you to their logbox filing tips, and please click the filing address. So when you click on the filing address, it gives you the locations to let's click on it and let's see what it says. So it doesn't. Okay, so when I click on it, I think everything at the allocation. So you see the allocation, yeah, that's where you need to send it to, you see. So everything in the allocation, so you just need to find where to fill it. So where to file, just show you everything right there. So it says the filing fee. So this is the filing fee, the filing category. So always remember, know the exact fee that you are going to pay before you even begin with the process. If you don't have enough money, don't start with it until you get the money that you are looking for, then you start with the process. You can fill it up and put it down when you get the money and you fill it up, but you always remember they can update the form at any time. So to be on the bedside, wait when you get the money and you go ahead and file. So he said I'm applying for re-entry permits, so 13 or younger. So the form fee, that's the form fee, no biometric, so that's the total 575. 14 to 79, 579. Then the biometric fee is 85, so the total will be 660. 80 or older, you don't need a biometric fee, so the total fee will be 575. So he said I'm applying, so if you're applying for re-entry, so if you're applying for a refugee travel document, so this is the prices that you pay. 30 or younger, they don't need biometric, you pay $105. 14 or 15, you need a biometric, so the total will be 190. 16 to 79, you pay 220, that's the total, because you need a biometric and that's the fee. And 80 or older, you don't need a biometric, you pay 175. So every category and what you pay. So you see here too, it says I'm applying for an advanced parole document. So it says advanced parole type D, pending from I-485 or from I-821. So you don't need a biometric, you pay 575. And advanced parole type E, you pay 5, you don't need biometric, 575. Advanced parole type F, you pay 575. So that's the amount you'll be paying. So you see it over here. So yes, go through the list and you see what is in there. So let's download the PDF. Download the PDF. You zoom it out. So it's only, I think it's only 5 pages that you need to fill, which is very good. So let's begin. So as you can see, application for travel documents, so form I-131. So that's, so you start, it said information about you, so your family name, so you put in your family name, you put in your given name. So if you have a middle name, you just put it over there. If you don't have a middle name, you just leave it alone. And it says in care of name, so if you leave it someone, you just put it the care of the person's name. But if you leave alone, you just put in your address. If you live in an apartment, you put in the apartment number. If you don't live in an apartment, you live in a house, you put it there. So just leave it. So the town, the city or town. So you put in the states, put in the zip code. So you put in the country, put in USA. So it says 3. Other information, alien number. So your alien number, you put in your alien number. And your country of birth, so where you are born. So where you are born, you put it there. Ghana, you see a country of citizenship. If you are not a US citizen in America, you put in your the country that you are a citizen in. So Ghana. So the class of admission. So the class of admission is found on your green card. It's a code, a 3 letters code on your green card. So you just put in that code over there. So you just put in that code. So are you a male or a female? So if you're a male, you put it. If you're a female, you put it your date of birth. Put in your date of birth. So your social security number, you put in your social security number over there. So it says part 2, application type. So say 1A, I am a permanent resident or conditional resident of the United States and I'm applying for a re-entry permit. So if you are you have a green card, a permit, and your green card is as expired, but due to one or two reasons you are not able to apply for your citizenship, so you have to reapply again. So this is the form that you use to reapply for a permit. So, or conditional residence of, so if you came here in a condition, like certain conditions, refugee and other stuff, you just click here, and it says 1B says I now hold U.S. refugee or asylum status, and I am applying for a refugee travel document. So if you came here as a refugee or you seek asylum, you just use this to reapply for your permit. Says I'm a permanent resident as a direct result of refugee or asylum status, and I'm applying for a refugee travel document. So 1D, I'm applying for an advanced parole document to allow me to return to the United States after temporal foreign travel. I am outside the United States and I'm applying for an advanced parole document. I'm applying for an advanced parole document for a person who is outside the United States. So the category that you fall in within, you select the category that you fall within. So if this is what you fall in, you just select one of them, then you continue with it. So I'll just go with the first one. So if you any of them that you fall within, then you select it. So it says if you checked box 1F, provide the following information about the person. So 1F is you are applying for an advanced parole document for someone. So you put the person's information over here, their country of birth, date of birth, their phone number, their physical address. So you put it everything in there. So it says part 3, processing information, date of intended departure. So the date that you intend to depart. So you put the date that you intended to depart, you put it over there. So the month, the date that you intend to depart, put in the month. Put it over there. Expected length of trip in days. So the expected length of trip, so your trip, if it's taking 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a day, you just put it there. So you just go with 2 days, you just put it in there. So are you or any person included in this application now in execution, deportation, removal, or resignation proceeding? So if you fall in within this, you just click on yes. If you don't, you click on no. But if you fall within this, you click on yes. It said if yes, name of DHS office. So you put in the DHS office over here. But if you click no, you don't worry about this part, you know. So it's come to 4A. So 4A. Have you ever before been issued a re-entry permit or refugee travel? If yes, you click on yes and you put the date of issue and the disposition, and or to bracket attached laws, etc. You put it over there. So if no, you just leave it blank. So it says if you are applying for a non-DACA related advanced parole, skip to part 7. DACA recipient must complete part 7 before skipping to 7. Part 4. So part 3, processing continuation. So where do you want to travel? Where do you want this travel document sent? So where you want it to be sent, you click 1. So to the US address shown in part 1. So if you want them to send your travel document to the US address in the earlier, you just click on it. Or if you want them to send it to a US embassy or in a country that you are, you just click on it and you enter the city or town, then the country over here. So if you want them to send it to your address, you just click on it. If you want them to send it to the embassy or the consulate, you just click the city or the town or the country. And part 7. So always remember, as you can see over here, if you are a non-DACA related parole, if you're non-DACA, yeah, like you just skip to part 7. But if you're a DACA recipient, must complete part 4 before skipping to part 7. Always remember that. So 7. So it says to DHS office overseas, you put it over there. So you said if you clicked 6 or 7, where should the notice to be picked up the document? So if you clicked on the to be sent to the embassy, or for them to send it to the DHS office, this is you 8 and 9, you click on one of them. To the address shown in part 2, to the address shown in part 3. So with this one is like when you are the person that you are filing for. So if you click on, but if you didn't click on 6 and 7, you just leave it. But if you clicked on 6 and 7, you just select one of where do you want the forms to be sent to the address. So you select one of them. So you just put in your, so you just put in the information over here. So it says to the address shown in part 3, 10A through 10I form. So you just complete this one. That's for the number 9. Complete it out. So part 4, information about your papers travel. So as you can see over here, if you're a non-DACA related advanced parole, skip to 7. DACA recipient must complete part 4 before skipping to 7. So if you're a non-DACA, you don't need to file this one. You just skip all the way to part 7. But if you are a DACA recipient, you need to fill up part 4. You need to fill up part 4, then you skip to part 7. I repeat, if you're a non-DACA, forget about part 5, forget about part 4, part 5, part 6, just skip all the way to part 7. But if you are a DACA recipient, you need to fill up part 4. You need to fill up part 4 before skipping to part 7. So for the DACA recipient, it says a purpose of travel. If you need more space, continue. So your purpose of the travel, you put it over there. And it says list the countries you intend to visit. If you need more space, you continue the space below. So you put everything over there. Then you leave all this and you come straight to part 7. So part 7, that's complete only if applying for advanced parole. That's for DACA, non-DACA. But if it says complete if filing for a refugee travel, you complete this part. It says part 5 says complete only if applying for re-entry permit. So since becoming a permanent resident of the United States or during the past 5 years, whichever is less, how much total time have you spent outside the United States? Always remember, when you're a green card holder, you are not allowed to spend more than 6 months in a foreign country. You are not allowed to spend more than 6 months in a foreign country at one time. You can go and come back, that's cool. But spending 6 months in at a time in another country, they will kind of like worry you, kind of like try to mess with you. because they don't want that. Like they try like, okay, so you spent 6 months in a foreign country, what were you doing, that kind of thing. So they'll just try to play hardball on you. So always remember, if you have a green card and you're traveling, just go in for 1 month, 2 months, and you come back. If you have the time, you go back again, but don't try and spend more than 6 months in a country when you're a green card holder. So you select one of these options. So one of these options, you select it and you see which one. So you select. So if you spend less than 6 months, 6 months to a year, 1 to 2 years, 2 years to 3, 4 to, you select one. So let me just select 6 months to 1 year. So 2 is, since you became a permanent resident of the United States, have you ever filed a federal income tax return as a non-resident, or failed to file a federal income tax return because you considered yourself to be a non-resident? If yes, give details on a spreadsheet on paper. So if you click on yes, then you have to explain yourself why. But if you click no, then hey, you are good to go. So you come back to part 6. Complete only if applying for a refugee travel document. So if you're applying for a refugee travel document, from which country are you a refugee from? So the country that you're a refugee from, if you're a refugee from Ghana, if you're a refugee from Togo, from Benin, from Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Somalia, wherever you are, if you're a refugee from United Kingdom, Italy, Russia, Germany, wherever you're a refugee from, you put it over there. So let's say you're a refugee from Togo, you just put in Togo. So it says if you answer yes to any of the following questions, you must explain on a separate sheet of paper, include your name and alien number on the top of each sheet. So if you click yes on any of these questions, you have to explain yourself. So you take a pen and a paper and explain yourself, write the reason to why. So do you plan to travel to the country named above? If yes, you click on it. If no, you click on it. Since you click on no, you don't plan to go there now because there is a war going on or something, or you have been threatened to be killed if you come back, or that stuff. So return to the country named above. No. Applied for and or obtained a national passport renewal or entry permit of that country. No. Applied for and or received any benefit from such country, example health insurance benefit. No. Since you were accorded refugee or asylum status, have you by any legal procedure or voluntary act reacquired the nationality of the country named above? No. Acquired a new nationality? No. Being granted refugee or asylum status in any other country? No. If yes, you have to explain yourself on a spreadsheet. So you explain yourself, tell them the reason. So move on. Part 7. Complete only if applying for advanced parole. So on a spreadsheet of paper, explain how you qualify for an advanced parole document and what circumstances warrant issue of advanced parole. Include copies of any documents you wish. Consider, see instructions. How many trips do you intend to use these documents? How many trips? 1 trip? More than 1 trip? Click on it. You click on it. So if 1 trip, click on 1 trip. If it's more than 1 trip, click on more than 1 trip. So I'm just going with more than 1 trip. If the person intended to receive an advance parole document is outside the United States, provide location to bracket city or town and country of the U.S. Embassy on or consulate or the DHS overseas office that you want us to notify. So put in Accra, put in Ghana. If the travel documents will be delivered to an overseas office, where should the notice to pick up the document be sent? To the address shown in part 2. That's it. To the address shown in part 7. So part 2, the address that you gave to them in part 2, that's what they are going to use. Or the address you gave to them in part 7. So any of them, so just click on part 2. Or if you want part 7, you click on it. So if you click on part 7, so if you click on part 7, so you click on more than one trip. So if you part 2, if you the address on part 2, just put it over there. So if you want them to send it the address to part 7, you click over here, you click on this one, you fill up this form. But because I click on part 2, that's why I'm not able to complete this part. So if part 2, that's the address they will send it to. So you move on to part 8. So part 8 is where you sign and all that. So you sign over here, your date, your phone number, so you put in the date, put in today's date, then your phone number, you put in your phone number. So when you print it out, then you sign it. If somebody prepared it for you, the person will also fill this part off, and their mailing address and their signature. So guys, this is how you fill form I-131. That's the application of travel document. This is how you fill it up. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and share it to your friends, your loved ones. It may be helpful to someone. It may be helpful to someone in the refugee, someone seeking for asylum. It may be helpful to someone that is having a green card that is stuck, that wants to reapply for entry. It may be helpful to a lot. So please don't forget to share it to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, and always remember, stay safe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye and take care.